All right, welcome back to History and Coffee. And today I wanted to do a quick video on the on Colt's 1849 pocket because there's just like so much nonsense floating around about this gun. It's really sort of it's misunderstood and it's misrepresented in modern times, and I'll get into why that is here in this video. But first. As always, if you like cap and ball revolvers and history and people rambling, go ahead and like the video and subscribe for more of that crap. So anyway, Colt's 49 pocket was part of a series of 3 revolvers that Colt sort of released all at the same time. The Dragoon, the Navy, and then the Pocket. And they're basically just the same sort of revolver, same operating mechanisms and things like that, with just varying sizes of frame. And the dates are kind of erroneous. They really sort of came out all at the same time. But so the Dragoon was the big 44 caliber, considered the the holster or the army pistol. Then it was a horse pistol, and then the Navy was the belt model, meant to be carried, on your person, and then of course the pocket model was meant for concealed carry and self-defense. It's a 31 caliber, 5-shot, very nice and small and compact, sleek, easy to throw in a pocket revolver. And it was Colt's most popular model in the percussion days because really it was, if you wanted a repeating gun that you could just stick in your pocket, this was the only game in town. So, that's all well and good in history, and pretty much everybody knows that. But the issue is with just sort of the nonsense that gets thrown around about this. And I've heard everything from like, oh, well, it really, the 31 caliber is so weak that, it was really just designed to wound, and, or, being able to pull a gun out, that would end a fight right there because, oh, he has one of these repeating pistols. So, and I've heard this from people who I consider to be generally like knowledgeable, like articles and, guys that write articles. I'm not going to name any names, obviously, because I have a lot of respect for the handful of people that actually research these things. But anyway, and I've heard them repeat these things, and it all boils down to basically the 31 caliber is so weak that it was just designed to really as deterrence. It wasn't designed to actually stop somebody, and the real sort of way that it killed was you would die a couple of days later from infection, and the thought of that would stop somebody from, I guess, trying to assault you or whatever. And that's just absolutely ridiculous. So imagine you're in the gold fields in 1849, and Mad Bill, the crazed prospector, comes and he wants to beat your brains out, for jumping his claim, with a rock hammer or something like that. And you draw your 49 pocket because you're, a smart 19th century concealed carry guy. And crazed Bill drops his rock hammer and goes, oh, my goodness, I don't want to die of infection and get a painful wound from that 31 caliber. And so that's basically what you're advocating if you jump on board with this 31 caliber designed to wound thing. There's a whole really school of thought here that's just based in, I don't know where it comes from originally, but I've heard this also related to like the 5.56 cartridge in modern times, sort of the idea that military guns are designed to wound, because that gets, if you wound a soldier, then instead of just killing him, that people have to carry him off the battlefield. And there has never been a military or defense gun that has been designed to wound, with the exception of like weird gas pistols in Germany in the 19th century, things like that. projectile firearms are designed to kill. Every single one of them, including this 31 caliber revolver. So where does the idea that it's weak comes from? Well, it is pretty weak. And now, mind you, if you're going off, if you've watched my other videos about ballistics and loading and things like that, most people buy these for fun, and they put the 9 grains of GoX powder in there, and they might fire it off a chronograph and get some ridiculously low number and go, this was obviously designed to wound. It's too weak to kill anybody, and I understand that. But, in the 19th century, first of all, powder, if you've watched my other videos, was a lot hotter. Black powder was a lot hotter than it is today. Modern powders like GoX, they use maple charcoal. They don't burn as hot, they don't burn as efficiently, and they foul more. So right off the bat, you're decreasing the revolver's performance by using modern black powder. The closest you can get to like real 19th century hazards pistol powder would be to use Swiss 4F powder. That'd be probably the closest thing to real 19th century powder. And this revolver, if you'll take a look at the thickness in the chamber walls here, you see that? How much metal there is there? This thing was absolutely designed for use with 4F powder. The other thing too now is the grains. Back in the day, guys would load this cylinder all the way to the top with 4F powder and then compress that little 50 grain round ball on top of it. And that thing was screaming. And it would absolutely kill somebody. Now, it wouldn't do it as well as a 36 or a 44, but it will absolutely kill somebody. And again, it's a compromise, Just like, a 10 millimeter will kill somebody better than a 9 millimeter will, but it's very difficult to conceal carry a 10 millimeter. So you go with the smaller caliber, and it's a compromise thing. The other thing too is, if we go just by ballistic numbers, even with that large, historically correct powder charge, it's still going to be a lot weaker than what we see in modern times. And I think that, again, these ballistic numbers don't always tell us everything. And Elmer Keith actually wrote about this pretty extensively, about what the round ball does in tissue. It does some wacky shit, and a round ball from one of these percussion guns will absolutely kill you. There are stories of Confederate cavalry, killing cows and things like that with 36 caliber revolvers, using round balls and all sorts of nonsense. And it's pretty easy to look that up. But yeah, these things, they're just, it doesn't take much digging to sort of find out these things that I found out. I'm not like digging through Library of Congress crap or anything like that, but I wouldn't advocate using a cap and ball revolver for self-defense in any caliber these days. If it's all you got, I would suggest going with the 36 caliber. But going around and repeating things like a gun was designed to wound, or it's so weak that it was just really meant as sort of a scare somebody off thing, that's absolute nonsense. And I'll sort of put the challenge out to you. If you disagree with me about that conclusion, please, by all means, say so in the comments, but provide your resource that states that these 31 caliber pistols were designed to wound or designed to scare somebody off, because I don't see Colt manufacturing a pistol that was designed to kill somebody from infection a week later or something like that. So yeah, if you want to disagree with me, as always, I love open discussion. I love finding out I'm wrong. So, please, if you're going to do it, provide resources. So as always, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something, and I hope you have a new respect for these little pocket guns. All right, thanks.